Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ATA Attack the Apex GP2 division in F1 2017. We are live here at the Belgium Grand Prix, a driver's circuit here tonight. I'm very excited for this for tonight. And yes, so my name is BL Mr. Michaels, and I'm joined as ever by Craig Senna. And as I said, Craig, I'm very excited for this. Full qualifying is back. Yay. Possibility of rain, maybe, we'll still see. Plus we have a grid, quite a hefty grid of numbers. So yeah, should be an interesting race.
Yep, should be a very good race. One of my favourite tracks of the calendar. Lots of drama, lots of overtaking, and like you said, we've got full qualifying back. Qualifying is going to be very unlucky for one person, but it should be a lot more interesting in the second and third qualifying sessions.
Yes, indeed. So if full qualifying, if you haven't seen this before, yes, we did try it at the start of the season, but because of all the patches, it was not working. But now it is back. Now we do have a thing though, where if it does have any problems, we will revert back to short quali. So just to let you guys be aware of that. So just in case you are new to this, the currently fitted. Yeah, let's do that. So that's just in case you are aware of, or not aware of how the system works. It's basically the same as real life, really. We are here with 16 drivers, so Craig, as you said, one very unlucky driver is going to be knocked out in Q1. And then we go through to Q2 and Q3. So Q1 is basically the top 15, in this case, go through to Q2. One person gets knocked out, and they basically have to wait the entirety of the qualifying, or the rest of the qualifying, to wait until the grid starts. So that's that. Q2 is a little bit interesting because Q2 you have to start the race on the tyres that you set your fastest lap in Q2. So the key thing really is tyre strategy, what you can do in the race. I mean, obviously there may be a few people in this that may qualify in Q2 on the harder tyre, which will be the soft, the super soft, or even the soft tyres. I don't think anybody would risk going on the softs because they are very slow. They're really only used for a long distance run. But you may see a few people going on the super softs. And what that does is basically, well, you get to start the race on the super softs, which would be the ideal strategy, I think, around here. But also you get an extra set of ultra softs to go right at the end of Q3. So that's if you go through. But that is the risk. And that's what a few drivers are going to see here.
Some people are already out on the super softs in the first qualifying session, but if you feel like you're quick enough to get the top 10 with the super softs, I would do that. But if you're not feel comfortable, then you've got to go out on the ultras and try and get in that top 10.
It's very risky, Craig, and I think then it's very spread out, especially the Mercedes. They can just easily go through on the soft tyres, really, to be honest, in real life. Because the gap between them and, say, 11th place is about 2 seconds. Well, on most tracks anyway. But in a league race, it's not really that gap. So, I mean, you could find yourself, you think you've done enough on the super softs, and then you get knocked out right at the last minute. But that's the excitement of it. That is why this league has full qualifying, and it's the only league, I believe, that uses it. This is the reason why.
And also, another problem is, this is like one of the longest laps of the year, and you're not going to be able to afford to do many laps around qualifiers. If you really make a mistake in your first lap, your second lap, or your second run is going to have to be, well, really good, because by the time you've done your lap and out lap, you haven't really got enough. You only just got enough time for another run. So the timing of doing your qualifying lap as well is important right here.
Yes, definitely. And one very important thing which we must remember as well: if you crash in any session, that's it. You are out. So even if, say for example, in this session, as I said, only one person will be knocked out in this first session. If you crash, but you are obviously you did a time that is enough, as Ryan Woll goes very sideways and loses it in the middle sector, on his super softs. Very, very lucky, as I said, to not hit the barriers there. Yeah, so if you've already done a time that is good enough to get through to the next session, whether that be Q2, Q3, but you crash, you then do not take part in the very next session. So it's something that these drivers are going to be very careful about. As Jake Piper in the Sauber sets the initial benchmark of 47.3 on the Ultra Softs. What kind of times are you looking for tonight, Craig? I mean, I know you've claimed you could do a 43 for tomorrow night's race, but what do you expect from GP2 drivers tonight?
I'm expecting them to be, I'd say a 45, an early 45, late 44. Because some of these top guys are not too far off or can be as quick as some of the guys in F1, so probably like 44, 45, so realistically.
Yeah, I'm expecting at least a 44. Maybe, I'd say a mid 44.
At least.
I'd say a mid 44 for it. Ah, speak of the devil, 44.6 from Frantique. Yeah.
There you go.
There
As
you
we
go.
all know, Frantic is definitely an F1 pace driver, so that really doesn't surprise me.
I think he likes his track as well. And Frantique, as probably both of us are hinting, is one of the top dogs of the division. In fact, let's run through the drivers' standing as we go into this race, and it actually is very, very close, because Frantique is leading the championship. He's only leading it because he's got more race wins than Flood Lions. One more race win. They are both tied on points, 154 points each. Master Krog, as you can see, has won P2 at the moment. He's on 123 points, so he's in there. He's ever since last week, where Bultel unfortunately. I was just looking at Frantique. Is that?
Oh, is Frantic crashed? No,
that's a manual retire, I think.
All right.
Yeah, it's a manual retire.
Yes, yellow's in sector 2. Oh, okay.
He's done it on track. It's fine. I say it's fine. I wouldn't ideally do it on track. But never mind. But yes, so you got Frantic on 154 points, Floodlines 154, Master Krog 123. Bulltail is next on 99 points. HLG is currently 5th on 62, then it's his teammate Matty GB on 59. IGT Skyline in the Haas is in 52 points, Joran is on 40, Hades is on 22, Baz 14, Bossman 12, Honey Badger 12, F1 Ace at 12, Jake Piper on 8, Bart on 6, and after scoring his first points last time out in Hungary, Fast Bart comes on 4. So, yeah, very interesting. A few things to tell you, actually. In fact, good timing, actually. I realised I was on them already. Honey Badger. Now, the mid-season transfer has opened in ATA, which gives drivers opportunity to swap cars if possible. We have team owners in the league which can obviously keep an eye and manage their drivers. But if a driver's unhappy and wants to have a new challenge, shake it up a little bit, as we see a Ferrari backwards. I think that's Dom. Let's have a look. It is. He's spun it just after Puon.
Yeah, it's Dom.
Thinking of a place to actually sort of reverse it. Be careful. Yeah, as I said, so mid-season transfers, those opened after Silverstone, actually. And initially, there weren't many drivers actually did it. I was the only one that did. I moved from Sauber to Renault. But after that kind of opened the floodgate. So, yes, we have Honey Badger and Joran have swapped places. So after Hungary, I think IGT Skyline was not happy with Honey Badger after holding him up in the pits or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, he has swapped places with Joran. So Joran is in the Haas and Honey Badger is in the Toro Rosso. Interesting little change between the two of them. But as I said, both, I suppose, wanted a new challenge, and yeah, that's that done. As whoa, I've just seen in the background, you just saw it at the corner of your eye, Fast Part Time is out of qualifying, and that he just absolutely lost it, and his car was spinning around at least 6-7 times, and he is out of qualifying. That is a shame to see. But
well, that means everybody else is going to go through then. Oh great,
you've left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
everybody else is going to qualify them.
Yeah, they can effectively set a time, or in fact retire. No, I wouldn't risk retiring actually, because it may mess things up. As long as they set a time, obviously, to see for Dom. Obviously, on a high after scoring his first points from Hungary. But this time out, he's not. Well, he could still score points from there. You never know, from the back of. But yeah, they're gonna set back as Craig Gill now back in. Brilliant. So yes, as I was saying, Honey Badger and Joran have swapped places. Joran is in the Haas and Honey Badger is in the Toro Rosso. Let you know, F1 Acer, who unfortunately is not here tonight, Ferrari. That was an open space. He has left Renault. Unfortunate, but that's fine. He's left Renault. But we've got two new drivers in Renault, which are called It's Custard 8. I like that name, Custard. He's in a yellow car. There's a joke there somewhere. Yes, he's in the Renault. Fantastic driver, always got a wise head above him. Used to go on the name of Jism. This is another joke there. But yeah, he's been in multiple race leagues, knows what to do. Very wise. And I have another driver called Unorthodox. So they're both in the Renault. Two brand new drivers in the league for the first time. Also new to the league is Desert Eagle and the Mercedes. Now, a few drivers before this race haven't exactly put Desert Eagle as a good reputation. Well, we in ATA actually go on second chances. You always get a chance in the league to see what you can do. So he's got a bit of a reputation. He's actually on a lap, but he's got both Toro Rossos come out at exactly the same time. And they're passing each other over rouge. What are these two doing? I don't know. As Matty GB has retired. Oh, he's crashed! Matty GB's crashed!
Oh!
Oh, well, when has he lost that?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Oh, Rouge. He's done it at
Rouge, yeah.
Oh my god. Well, so...
That's not very clever. He must have knew he was going to be in qualifying. Why was he pushing? I don't understand
he set a 52 too. Both Toro Rossos are still... I don't know what they're doing. What on earth are they doing? Is that Honey Badger and ADs? They're... oh, this could then messy.
Some reason have a little race.
I don't know what they're doing. They're making contact with each other. Okay. Slightly weird. But... whatever you want to do, race practice, okay, fair enough. New teammates, they're already having a go at each other.
Yeah, I don't understand why they are doing this for, because they're not going to be very popular if they take each other out. They don't qualify to next qualifying.
No, not very good at all. Not very wise either. Yeah, so Desert Eagle is in the Mercedes. He has replaced Guy Cunnington, who unfortunately after his incidents in Hungary was removed from the league. But obviously if you want to see that, that is obviously on the YouTube channel where we have plenty of videos. Not just F1, we've got a few, well...
oh my god, there's that coming to the bus stop between the two Toro Rossos. What are they doing?
I really don't know. Really have no idea.
Now they're going side by side at the turn. What is going on here?
Well, it's a nice battle, but this could end very badly. This is like a Force India thing that they're doing.
Look, just come on, guys, calm down. You're both in Q2. Don't need to take each other out now.
Oh yeah, your team owner of Red Bull. What you these two yards? Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh, the crash! Oh my god! Hades is out. Oh my god! And Honey Badger's out as well. Oh my god! How did I know that was gonna... what are they doing? Wow, might not need a Q2 yet. My god. Oh,
well, you shouldn't laugh really, but what on earth?
Well, it was gonna end in tears. What were they doing? Oh my god.
That is just...
wow.
Mental. Absolutely mental.
Well... the guy who's in charge of Toro Rosso won't be very happy with that anyways. I'm speechless about that.
Oh my god, Toro Rosso, Jesus. I mean, your team Renault. Oh, there's a Renault on Orthodox. He's lost it. You're fine. Still keep running. What is with these drivers today?
They're already through to Q2. I don't understand what the problem is. At the moment,
This
we're only
is...
going to need 2 people to be knocked out in Q2.
I know. And this is only Q1. It's
I
only
know, what the hell's
Q1,
happening in
guys.
Q2?
Now, HLG, don't you stop. Don't you bid it now. We've already had enough. I don't understand those Toro Rossos. They're already through. They qualified reasonably well. As I say that, HLG's lost it. No! I shouldn't laugh. Why am I
Don't tell me
laughing?
he's out.
He really nearly did. He mounted the curb in through one. And his car was on 2 wheels for about a couple of seconds. HLG, what are you doing?
What are these guys doing? Seriously.
I don't know.
If it's me, I'd be just stay in the pit lane until Q2 starts.
Like what about half the grid are doing at the moment. But yeah, the Tauros is battling each other. Yeah, HLG nearly lost it. And I know HLG hasn't set a time yet, but
He's already class 10th anyway, so he's already
I hate to say it, Craig. I hate to be that guy, but you do realise HLG and Skyline, who's also spun it,
Yeah.
they're both using your setup.
Well,
I'm not going to say anything,
it's
but
not good, but I don't know what they're doing or what they've actually changed. They said they changed some of it themselves, but when I go round, I'm not spinning round. My setup's fine for me.
It's because it's I've seen your setup. It's different, and they're not used to it.
It's different, but I've actually done a 50% race around Belgium with that setup, so I don't see the problem
but the
with
thing is, it would work for you. It works for you.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan says all the time about my setups, and they work for me. They keep my car stable and relatively fast. That's just what I like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I hope they did change the balance because it was high. They had to lower it, so I hope they did change it.
Anyway, HLG's on a 2:06, and as I said, that will put him through because we've got 4 drivers. Crashed out, unfortunately, Dom didn't set a time.
Across the line to get a lap time.
Yeah,
apparently still last on
156.8.
yeah. So hopefully that should be it. No one should have to crash out now or do anything silly.
Effectively, everyone should retire, to be fair. It's all through.
There's only like a minute to go. Yeah, that should be it now. All done with.
Well, one thing it definitely shows is this track is more difficult than what people think.
No, I think I've seen. You know, when I say I feel like I've seen everything in F1, and I see 2 Tauros racing each other and taking each other out.
I don't know. There has to be something there because that is really baffling. Why they would do that? Maybe they didn't see each other on their screen.
I've never seen that before in a league race. Never seen that before.
Yes, but we have 30 seconds left of Q1. Unfortunately, the action will be down now because... oh, please tell me Unorthodox retired manually. This car's at a standstill at a corner there.
Well, the way it's going, we might not even have 10 for the top 10 shootout if we're going to have a repeated Q1.
I know, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's just this track is... It's a driver's track. It's a beautiful track, but it is quite difficult, I guess. That's all you can say.
It's a difficult track, but there are no excuses for those Toro Rossos.
No excuses, no.
Blaming the track.
What I would say, just before they crashed, the one in front, which I think was 80s, sort of, I don't know whether he lost it at Eau Rouge or
he did lose
weaving.
it. He did lose it, and he collected his teammate. But that's not the point, though. They should have not been side by side in the first place and battling.
Or that would have been out there.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there we go. There is the end of Q1. There's all the drivers through. But as I said, because 80s, Honey Badger and Maddie all crashed, they will not be taking part in Q2, or I believe that will be the case. But yes, so Fast Part Time unfortunately did not set a time in his there. I just saw it in the background. I think I was on board with Frantique, and I just saw it at the background just before the final chicane. Oh, Ferrari hit the wall, and just do a pirouettes as it bounced off the tyre barrier. Well, to be fair, Dom, it was quite a good crash. I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for that. But, you know. So here's the question as well. Will we get new weather conditions going into Q2?
It's a bit darker out there.
It's a bit darker, and yes, I was right. We only have 12 drivers for Q2 because the ones that crashed, well, they can't take part, unfortunately. But that's how qualifying works. If you crash, you can't take part. Well, at least it worked.
Do you think some of these drivers just didn't realise they've done full qualifying before and they thought, well, I'm through anyway, if I crash I get through?
As I said, we started at the start of the season, so there's no reason of why not.
It just baffles me, that's all.
Interesting. IGD Skyline going out on the soft tyres. Interesting little...
It is very interesting.
Confident. Come out in between the... Actually, come out with his teammate Joro and behind the Mercedes Bulltail. So,
I wouldn't particularly want to start on the softs though. I wouldn't want to use the softs at all. Well, be an easy one stop, like super soft, ultra soft, or ultra soft, super soft.
Well, the thing as well is we don't know what the conditions are for even Q3 or even the race. So maybe because a lot of drivers are coming out on a harder selection of tyres. A lot of drivers actually. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 12.
Is it going to rain near the end, or is that what they're thinking? Or because we don't know what the weather's going to be like.
Potentially. It is something, if they're, dare I say, another patch, or maybe the next game, that's something that they need to add to Spectator. They need to give that kind of information. I love all this information with the tyres and the gaps. It's absolutely brilliant. There's only 2 things really missing for me, and that is the having a track map, or an option of a track map. Although the intervals kind of tell me where the battles are.
I'm going to say, you don't really need one now, they tell you the gaps. So
and the other thing is maybe an added bit to race control, because race control comes up with the penalties, but maybe an added thing of weather, because as I said, we're completely in mind as Skyline actually goes into the pits. Changed his mind maybe.
He's silly to start on the softs.
It's potentially changed his mind, I think. Right,
I can understand a few of these people start on super soft because there's only 2 that go out now. But the top guys should easily qualify, I feel, on the super softs.
Right, so Iscusted is on a lap at the moment. He's got the Jake Piper Sauber in the front of him, who I think is... I don't think it's on a lap either. Yeah, they actually both are, so not exactly great track positioning from the pair of them. Actually, Ryder's the only one in the pit. Says Jake goes completely sideways on O route and actually lets Gusted through, so that's good from him. Let's see who's starting a lap. Here we go, HLG. No pressure, HLG. Another lap. So into turn 1, going to really hit the apex as we go out and power through turn 1, coming up to the famous Eau Rouge corner. It's actually very, very difficult. In the dry, not as difficult as HLG, well, completely shows me how it's done. There you go, opens up the DRS. But in wet weather and even behind a car, that can be very difficult. You've got to ease off really through that corner whilst you'll be in the wall. That's the end of the first sector, completely flat. Now through the middle sector, it makes or breaks your lap as it goes through. I should know these names by now, but I do not, so bear with me as we go downhill to this right hander. Very tricky because you're going downhill. There's a few bumps as you turn and brake into the corner. Now into the corner with no name, I believe that is. Very careful of the warning outside, because that can sort of destroy your car. Now, P1, I know this one, because this is one of the best corners, and 7th gear just keeps it in the track limits on an HLG. And now going to this final few chicane now, kind of quite difficult this one, because look, you got the traction that almost spun him sideways, and yeah, very cautious through there. Now these last 2 corners, these 2 right-handers before the long straight back up to the start finish line are very key, because you want to be going full throttle. And HLG, again, a little bit cautious in this lap. Not as brave as I think he should be. lost a little bit of speed as he came up through the final chicane now. And the chicane is all about traction on the exit. You've got to get the entrance and the exit very, very planted. It'll be very, very tricky as it comes out. A little bit of DRS and comes across the line. A sets of 46.5 on the Super Softs. That was a good lap. Well, beat by
and then
Croc at
Croc beats it
45.2.
with 45.2. Yeah.
I mean, it's decent, but as I said, it's a little bit more braver. I mean, he still needs to get a run in as Walteg has a 44.6 on the Ultras. Ooh.
On the Ultras, so yeah, he will start on the quickest time.
Well, so he has matched what Frantique did in Q1, interestingly. So we got a competition for pole position, I think. And I made a rhyme.
I wouldn't help out Croc yet either in floodlines.
One can out any of the top 5 of the championship, really. I would even put Matty GB up there, but unfortunately he has to start outside the top 10. The benefit of staying outside the top 10, as Frantique has retired, does he... Yeah, that's a manual retire. Yeah, he's just parked it. Just checking. 45.6 though.
Well, he's very confident, then, isn't he, that he's gonna get through.
I wouldn't have been safe on a 45.6 personally.
Maybe he thinks because other people have done 47, so he'll easily get through, but I think that will still be good enough to get through.
That was
what's
absolutely beautiful. It's custom through P1 completely sideways, half drifted, well, drifted through halfway through the corner. That was amazing, but and he's lost it again. Oh dear. Oh, not a good start to Renault for the custard man. Very good. Oh, I wonder if you've seen that again later. Completely sideways, and the camera was perfect because you just caught it brilliantly as Floodlines is just finishing his lap, I believe. What is he going to set on the Super Softs, interestingly? Oh, he's just starting one, I think, or he's validating his lap, but either way. Which I need the lap delta on, that would be helpful. Well, so the two Renaults having a baptism of fire, I guess.
Right, Ryan Skyline's still on the softs, isn't he? Yeah.
Still on the soft tyres.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to qualify in the top 10 of those softs, is he?
Well, you've got 7 minutes left. I think he has time. If he's got time on, say, if he finishes the lap that he's currently on, then he may have an indication of whether he's going the right way. About
he's lagging a little bit on my screen, so it's hard to watch him.
Yeah, that's a little bit. Sector 2 yellow flags.
He's gone off.
That's Jake Piper. He's had an off somewhere. Where's he lost that? That's on the exit of the chicane after P1, actually. So he's done that. I think it'll be a close run thing between the two Salbers and Jake, really, of the ones that go out in this session. Might see... Vincent Eagle's done pretty well on a 47.1, matching Joran, and then with Bossman, 2 regulars, so...
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Start from him. Wonder if HLG will be confident on a 46.5. Oh!
I don't think he would.
Have I noticed something? It's raining! It's raining!
Is it?
Yeah, there's spits of rain. Ooh. Ooh, that throws something now. Oh, yeah, it's spinning down with rain.
Well, Skyline better get his lap in now, man. It better be decent enough to get in the top 10.
Yeah, and he can't afford to... Well, no wonder Frantique actually retired. He's definitely very confident that anybody can go faster.
Yeah, Floodline's just gone 4th. Yeah, he's retired.
And Ryan goes 10th on a 48.1.
Oh,
He is lucky.
Just.
Oh.
Or is there anybody else? I don't. Well, the other two at the bottom are in the pits still, so...
This is what full qualifying throws. That completely threw me. I didn't even see that at all. And Ryan's retired. So
he's going to be starting on the softs then.
Yeah, he is.
That's
if he goes through the Q.
Very interesting
That's
strategy.
if he goes through the Q3, though, because
Well, if it started to rain,
The rain is
then
coming
the
down.
lap times are going to get slower. Then, so surely that is going to be the top 10.
Well, unfortunately, at the moment, it's the two Renaults on Orthodox and Custard that are currently that top 10. And with the rain coming down, that's coming down quite heavily, actually. There's a few
Yeah, I don't
spits
think
a
anyone
minute
else is going to be
ago.
able to improve. Yeah, I don't think it's going to improve.
No, I think the conditions have gone down. So does that mean Q3 is going to be intermediates? Potentially.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be a wet Q3.
Bossman's got to be careful going through Eau Rouge. It could be very difficult on dry tyres and a damp track. Wow. Shame for both runners. Yeah, Bossman's retired now, so 4
Yeah,
minutes
no one else can
left.
improve. Surely they should all retire. Yeah, Custard's
No,
retired.
Custard's retired as well. He realises, and I think everyone will. Well, that's a shame for both Renaults, and yeah, shame for both Renaults in that session there. The rain coming down. As I said, that completely threw me. I didn't even see that, and all of a sudden I noticed.
They must have just not got their first runs in properly or got invalidated lap time, so it's very unlucky for them.
Well, Custard was drifting almost the entirety of Buon, so that's what he was doing that session. But then they're new to the league, so they will only improve from then, and it's still pretty good position to start from. 11th, free selection of tyres if you're outside the top 10, so
Yeah.
they can think about strategies. They're both very experienced, so they'll stay out of trouble in the first lap or so. But yes, we are waiting now for everyone to retire. Everyone now realises that the conditions are far too late. But as we said earlier, IGG Scarlight, that is a huge gamble, and it's worked for him. I say it has decided to call it a day. Bulltail's coming out in Inters.
Very interesting. Maybe
Well,
it
give
is
us something
gonna be
to watch.
a
Give him
wet
credit.
Q3. Must be a wet Q3 then if he wants to get some practice in for Q3.
In fact, both Mercedes are coming out, and in fact, Desert Eagles come out on the dries.
That's
I don't know why. Bulltail's coming out on Inters. Well, we saw the Toro Rossos do some strange things, and we've got the Mercedes doing it. Split strategy, we don't know what to do! Well, this could be a hero or zero for technically both of them, because they don't really need to do this, to be fair. I mean, Bulltail, yeah, I guess, if he wants some practice for Q3, if he knows that it's wet.
Yeah, I understand that, but why is his teammate going out on the drive? That's one thing.
It might be a mistake. I think it might be a mistake, and I think he may realise it's a mistake.
Well, I just hope
if
he
it
takes
does-
it easy and doesn't crash his car.
All it's doing really for Desert, with that mistake, what that's done is it does end up drying Q3. Then that's just a set of ultras that he will not be able to use. So that's that. Well, it's interesting that the Mercedes are giving us a little bit of entertainment. They don't do it in real life, so maybe that's what they should do. Give the fans a little bit extra as the Bulltail is sliding his way around the circuit, basically. As mentioned, though, this could be, you know, they really, I don't think they're not pushing at all. But if they really were pushing, like they meant it, like they were practicing for Q3, then, you know, if they crashed it, then that would be completely pointless.
Yeah, exactly.
Bulltails let his teammate go through. We got 5 viewers on the stream. Welcome, guys. Obviously, I cannot see the chat, so I cannot see any comments that you make in the...
Desert Eagles were fine.
Desert Eagles crashed it. Oh...
You're kidding
What
me.
did I say?
Oh my god.
What did I say?
That's a rookie mistake there. So we're already going to have 9 people in the top 10.
Yep. Well, to be fair, we haven't done full qualifying in quite a while, but As you said, that is a very rookie mistake. Safely feuded.
There
Well,
was
I
no,
say
there was
safely.
no need to go out. There was no need to go out,
No,
especially on dry tyres on a wet track. You're
I
already
think that was a
through.
genuine mistake. That can be made,
Yeah.
but to then he could have just coasted it back at 20 miles an hour. I mean, he was
Yeah,
doing that. He
exactly.
must have just. I don't know what happened there.
He was going fast because Patel would let his teammate through and he was going fast.
Hmm. Yeah, as I said, we got 5 viewers. It's jumping up to 6 and then jumping back down to 5. Well, welcome to the viewers watching the
nice.
stream. Hope you are enjoying the action so far. We've just, just about finishing Q2. Still got the Q3, which may be in wet conditions. We will find out shortly, but obviously we've got the race as well.
Oh, he's gone
Tell,
wide.
don't you crash it as well. Jeez. Yes, I cannot see the chat on the screen, so if you do put you... Oh, boots out!
Oh my god, just retire, man. What are you doing?
Don't these people realise? Ah. I'm almost tearing my hair out, it's so silly. Oh my god.
Just get
Let's
to
go back to the
Q3 and
pits,
concentrate then.
bring the car back. Or
Oh
just...
my god, he's gone wide again.
I shouldn't laugh. I really shouldn't laugh.
I'm
Terrible.
just waiting for him to, oh,
Why?
He's gonna be alright, he's gonna be fine.
There we go,
Now he's going
Balto.
in the
You had
pit
your
lane.
fun. Get back in the pits. Dry yourself off. Just explain to me why. Ugh. There was no point to that. He nearly lost it. Oh dear.
This is one of the most craziest qualifying sessions I've ever seen.
Yeah. We love full qualifying. It's brilliant. We've had Tauroses taking each
But
other out. We've had Mercedes doing a well, I don't know what they were doing, a test session on intermediate and ultra soft tyres. We've had Ryan literally scraping through by the skin of his neck on soft tyres. I guess you could say that's the biggest winner. Skyline, because he saved himself. Well, I say he saved himself pairs of ultra softs. Might have saved it for the race if the race is dry, but also if the race is dry, he's staying on softs. It'd be good if we know. It'd be good if we knew what the race was.
Yeah,
Then I would say whether it's a good decision or
not. It's
not.
gonna be a dry race or it's a mixed weather.
Right, so there is Q2. So we're going to have 9 drivers here for Q3 because Desert Eagle unfortunately crashed on his way back to the pits on dry tyres. But both Renaults, both in their first race in the league was 11th and 12th, so they got knocked out. So we have 9 drivers to battle for pole position. So we would have had both Mercedes. I think it's actually a general mixture of teams in here. I think both McLarens. There's a Sauber Jake, which is qualified.
And it is wet qualified.
It is wet. There we go. Right, so if it's worked correctly, we have 9, and we do, and it is a wet quali. Wet Q3. So this completely throws everything now. This now makes Eau Rouge a hazard.
Yes, that's what I'm worried. It's going to be worse than the wet, so... Are we actually even going to get a pole, or are we going to have everybody crash out?
I think everybody will crash out, but it's definitely throws it up because, as I said, in Q1 you had Frantic on a 44.6 and Boltel on a 44.6, so it would have been interested in the dry. In the wet, it's completely different, especially intermediates. It's slightly damp, and well, this could completely throw it out. HLG is good in the wet. If he can get a lap together, HLG, he could be one to watch in this session, actually. Just thinking of that wet race that or wet qualifying session out of Russia, there was a top 5 there. And, well, he's top 5 regular anyway, but he was mixing it in with the top runners. That could be quite interesting to see.
What I would do is just try and get a banker lap in. Don't push too hard. Don't spin off. Just get a lap in and then just go for it on the second run.
Everybody out of the pits, everybody on intermediate tyres as you'd expect at this stage. I mean, as I said, with the weather, with us as spectators, as stewards, as commentators, it would be good to say, like, ask, you know, because the drivers get to ask Jeff when the weather is coming or what the weather is like. Maybe we should have
That would be good. That would be good if we had access to radio information as well, like the real commentators do sometimes in the races. So if we had information like that, that would be interesting to know if rain was going to be coming in 5 minutes or it's going to stop.
Right, so who is starting a lap? Let's go on board with Joran and see the difference between a dry track and now a wet track. So obviously 20 minutes ago it was dry, now this is wet. And as I said, the track is now completely, well, it is different. It's got wet on it, it's got water on it. But it's just really about control now. It's really about control now, especially as we come up to Eau Rouge. Eau Rouge is now a hazard. You're going to have to ease off, and does Joran do that as he goes through? He does a slight slide through the middle, but he's got through there safe and sound. That's good. DRS is not enabled in this, so you go through into the chicane at the end of the straight. Bear with me, guys. I do not know the names. I know quite a few. I know Pouon, obviously, and Blanchimont and Eau Rouge and all that. But he's going through. As I say, a lot more cautious now. A few drivers might have added a little bit of aero so they can get the turn-in and the grip. And also there's the thought on, is it raining all the way around the track? Because it's a long track this. Was 1 minute 40s in the dry. We're going to go down to 1 minute 50s, I expect. Maybe 49s, 50s in intermediate conditions. Is it the same conditions all the way around? Because this game actually has now a very good weather system. Still maybe a little bit of adjustment, say like aquaplaning or puddles on the track like they have in Forza 7. You know, the puddles change each time and the conditions are different all throughout the lap. They have something similar, but there is something to work. As Jordan is going to finish off his lap now. Again, this corner here is very difficult. Whoa! He did go sideways through there as he comes up to the bus stop chicane, where again the traction is very, very difficult coming on the exit. I'm going to finish off the lap now. IGD Sky and his teammate, interestingly, stayed in the pits and only just come out. Joran sets the initial benchmark of a 2-minute 5, so that is a decent lap, as I said. 59's really, Jake Piper does a 2-minute 1. The boss man is going to be next. He slides his way out the bus stop chicane. What lap time is he going to set? He doesn't. I think that's invalidated there somewhere. Master Krog as Bulltail does a 59.3, beaten by Frantiga 58.7. So now we're in the ballpark of intermediate times and all that. What can Master Krog do? As he crosses the line, it's going to be a 59.6. He's actually quite a bit off. He's got ahead of HLG, who's gone 4th on a 59.9. So there we go. Frantique, initial benchmark there. As Floodlines also in the 59. So Frantique is the only driver in the 58 so far. As Bossman has decided to retire. Okay, he's happy with the top 10 by the looks of it. That's good for him. So the only driver not to set a time yet is IGD Skyline. He slides his way towards the straight leading up to the bus stop. Sorry about that guys. I was checking through a few messages there. IGD Skyline is now going to start his lap A bit late to the show for some reason. He was in the pits for quite some time. But he's now going to be setting his lap now. He goes for a rouge. He's lost it. He's lost it. No, he's out. He's out. No. He's lost it at Eau Rouge. Oh, I did say Eau Rouge is a hazard now, and that is their explanation right done now. IGD Skyline's out. The best he's going to be starting now is 9th place. Well, he's got those soft tyres if the race is dry, but he will be starting no higher than 9th place. Just felt he just didn't lift in Eau Rouge. It's now lifting out. Interestingly, as the rain stopped, rustle of paper in the background. There's the rain has stopped, I believe, and a lot of drivers are going back into the pits. Yeah, the rain has stopped. So this is now going to be interesting. 4.5 minutes to go. Are we going to see dry tyres? I think we are. At the moment, we've got 7 drivers left in the qualifying session now to battle out for pole. And if it does, again, this is why I love full quality. It's mixed conditions. Started out intermediate, so they've obviously done that initial run, and now it's just completely stopped raining, and now we're just going to see who can be on the right tyres at the right time. Obviously, I think loads of them will have ultra softs. Their disposal, whilst Frantique goes straight on those. Go back, Craig.
I'm back. Well, I missed.
Well, IGD Skyline lost at Eau Rouge, so he crashed it. And now it stopped raining.
Lost man out as well.
And now it stopped raining, so now Eau Rise.
Well,
so this is simply it's a 1 lap. DRS is enabled, so yeah, it's high enough now. The dry tyres. This is completely and utterly. Well, it's thrown me again. It's great, but the track is still damp, as you can see. The spray is still coming off the tyres. So, or maybe
so
that's
Eau Rouge is still going to be very difficult then. Still,
it might be a visual thing possibly, but yeah. Yeah, the road leading up to Eau Rouge.
Yeah, there's a bit of spray
to Eau Rouge
off the back of the tyres.
Yeah, and Jake, yeah, he's gone straight on the chicane. And the conditions are not ideal. Yeah, he's struggling. He's struggling on those.
It's still going to be the right choice to go on the dries, because I still think you're going to put it at that 159.
You just got to be careful still. You got to be careful.
Yeah, of course.
But the pressure is now. It's 1 lap. It's 1 lap. It's anybody's game, really. In fact, it could be last across the line. Gets the pole position as JG. Oh, he's tapped the wall. That's a bit of end plate, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, a bit of end plate has gone on his. So he's pushed too hard. That's what it is. You will go faster. DRS is enabled, but middle still on a spray cup. And yeah, Bulltail's lost it as well. So he's got a damaged front wing. I think he's out of it. So he's not challenging for pole. Yeah, he's got damage.
So it's
got damage on his front wing.
Frantique, Floodlines, and Rob, really.
Yeah.
And HLG.
As I said, it's anybody's game. I mean, Krog has left that way too late. He left it way too late. A minute 30 left. He's not getting round in time, surely.
Yeah, but
so he just got past turn 1.
He'll make it.
I don't know. I don't know. Has he left that too late? Anyway, Bulltail has retired. Oh, Floodlines. Yeah, he's realised, but he's waiting. He's doing a very clever thing here. He's waiting for a little bit of time left. It's going to be last across the line. As Jake, I believe, has gone back into the pits. So this is. We've only got 6 left, really, because Jake's retired now. Joran's still in there. HLG's up there. Krog is on his outlap as well. This is going to be it as Frantic goes through. Very sideways through, Rouge. Oof. Frantic, I'm just trying to check who's going to be last across the line. Krog if he makes it. But it'll be H or G, definitely, because he's the last across the line. Krog has 25 seconds to make. He's not making it. There's no way. No, he definitely hasn't. He's not even at bus stop. He's at the far end. No, 15 seconds. No way.
That's a mistake. They're leaving it so late.
Yeah.
So really, it's between Frantic, Floodlines, and HLG then.
Yeah. Well, you don't know. It could be Joran. Could be Joran.
Oh,
as Frantic.
Frantic's gone wide. He's gone wide.
Yeah, Frantic's done it. Master Krog has finished fourth. Well, fourth at best. It could be lower than that. I think it will be lower than that. Frantic. This is good. It's good as well if the sector times come up because they will be going quicker. But who is going the quickest? Frantic will be first.
Surely HLG's got the advantage there if he's the last man across the line.
But will the track be dry? Of course the track is drying, but will it dry enough for him to capitalise on this? But Frantic is going to be the first. Oh, actually, I think it's Haas that's going to be through. So Joran is the first one to go through. 55.7 for him. Frantic 52.4.
Oh wow!
So he has set the initial benchmark. Here comes Floodlines up to the bus stop. And he's got to be careful with the traction coming out of the
he's
bus
going to go
stop
quicker.
chicane.
He's going to go quicker.
Yeah, it's a 51.6, so it's all down to HLG. Can he get his first pole position in the ATA? He's got to nail this lap. Got to nail this lap. So Floodlines is an indication this track is getting to him. I don't know whether he's done it actually. No, he hasn't.
He hasn't done
it. I've bidded it up, but it's a 53 that goes. Is that second? No, third. Third. That's still his best quality.
He did a 52.
That's the best quality of his ATA, I believe. But there you go. That completely messed up quality. We got normal front too, I guess. Normal front rail, Floodlines and Frantic. But HLG third, Joran fourth. Bultel unfortunately lost it on his final run.
That's great for Joran as well. That's got to be his best qualifying of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Bultel fifth. Krog just mistimed it right at the end. Jake Piper seventh from Bossman and Skyline. Bossman retired manually and Skyline unfortunately crashed. Well,
we brought full qualifying back and look what we got.
There you go. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff.
Let's just hope we have a non-lag clean start.
I just sent a very quick message to not ready up. It's a dry start, interestingly. I've gone silent.
Yeah,
there we go. So it's because I paused it. So there's a dry start. So IGG Skyline's gamble on the soft tyres initially worked. The only problem for him, he's down in 9th place. He'll be right at the midfield pack. That is the gamble also, obviously, of qualifying on the hard tyres. If you have a horrible turn 1 or first lap, but we know how chaotic first laps can be. If you have a chaotic first lap and get caught up in the lag and the incidents and the crashes for Eau Rouge, etc., then your race is gone.
There's quite a few people starting on the soft. There's quite a few people starting on the softs at the back.
Yes, so as we mentioned, so actually have a look because I think I can see that. So, oh yeah, wow. The only one who isn't is Dom, although I don't think he's changed it yet. Wow, if Dom actually puts it on softs, that would be everyone outside the top 10 on soft tyres. Come on, Dom, you can do it. Change it to softs.
Because the good thing with Floodline's getting pole as well. He started on the super softs, and so is HLG on the third.
Yeah. As I said, I bigged it up for HLG to get. I kind of wanted him to get it, but fortunately he didn't capitalise. But still, third place is great, and Joran up there in fourth. His new team, Haas, certainly has brought him a little bit of luck as well as skill. I mean, that qualifying, but that's what full qualifying is. That's why we like it. That's why I like it. That's why I like rain, Craig. You don't seem to
Yeah,
like
the
it.
weather's
That's why
really
I do.
spiced it up. It's really spiced it up, this qualifying.
Imagine if it happens tomorrow. Completely mixed up grid as well.
Hopefully it doesn't. Because I don't want to go through that.
They readied up when Reiner said, so that is brilliant.
Oh.
Why can't they do that every
It would be nice.
Yes, but we are ready and waiting. It's 22 laps. I believe they didn't change the lap amount yet. 22 laps for this race at Belgium. Let's hope we have a clean race here today. It's all set up very, very nicely for the race to begin, as we have 5 lights for the Belgian Grand Prix of 88 GP2, and lights out of the way they go. And a few slow starters. Johan was very slow off the start line, and Floodlines is looking up the inside of Frantique as they go into turn 1. Are we going to get through here safely? There's yellow flag.
Oh, there's a few incidents.
There's been a few incidents at the back, but as they go through O route now, Custard has retired.
Oh, but there's more. Oh my god. There's a load of crashes. Oh my god. There's carnage.
I see. Bossman, Dom, and Custard have been involved in a freeway.
Yeah.
Wow. Goodness me, what
Doran's
has
only got a
happened there?
5-second penalty. Oh my god.
Virtual
Wow,
safety car has been deployed.
There's
Virtual safety car has been deployed. There's an accident at the back between everyone. Not everyone, it's just at the back it seemed, but no, let's have a look at the position change from the start. Frantic obviously taking the lead for Floodlines. Just about Krog up 2 positions to 4th. I need the tyres actually.
didn't realise safety car was back.
Yeah, safety car was on, so let's have a look at this. Skyline up 3 places to 6th on the soft tyres, remember, so he's got a good start. Matty GB up to 9th, as Bossman has unfortunately retired. And yeah, and we are back under racing actually. That was a quick virtual safety car.
Oh, sorry, that must be lag.
Yeah, so frantic stuff at the start, but we begin with this now with Floodlines behind. He's got to sort of keep with Frantic now. But it seems to be, at the moment, they're pulling away from HG, who's just stuck to 3rd place, but Krog is up there in 4th now, pressurising to go into the bus stop chicane.
He's getting past HLG quick.
Bulltail's in the pits already.
A 5-second stop road penalty for Honey Badger as well.
Even trapping the minutes.
Go down inside of HLG in the first corner. And they make don't say they go side by side through their Rouge. No, HLG's backed out of it.
There's a few close battles between the two Toro Rossos and the Williams at the back there. The top 2 seem to be pulling away. Krog now into 3rd place, as you said, past HLG, who got the Haas of Skyline, who's had an amazing start, considering he's on the softs. If he can keep with this group at the front, that would be in a really good position up there. Let's hope he continues it going. The top 2 pulling away a little bit, got a 2-second gap to this next group here. Floodlines pressurising Frantique at the foot of the helm. Jorin is in 6th on the ultra softs, and then you got the I call the soft army. Let's call it the soft army. You got 80s, Honey Badger, and Matty. Speaking of 80s, it's gone well wide. Honey Badger's through. Whether that's team orders or not. There we go. Matty's in 9th. Had a great start, obviously, but he's in with the Toro Rossos. You know what they can do after qualifying.
Oh,
and
yeah.
HRG's lost it. HRG's lost
it.
Oh
god, yes. God.
Oh, that is such a shame. What qualifying that he had. Does he have damage? He does. He's got no front wing. Oh my god.
That's such a shame.
He's still in this race though. Safety car, you never know. But great qualifying, and it's gone. And Floodlines, meantime, as we had to go back up to the front, is right behind, within half a second of Frantique. So DRS will be enabled onto lap 3 of this race.
Surely, like,
Keep it
Floodlight's going to get me on DRS.
Can he keep it through Eau Rouge? I think he can. As I said, they're just pulling away. They seem to have the pace on the rest of the field at the moment, but can they get the gap on those that have started on the harder tyres? Matty GB is all over the back of Honey Badger, and I think he's going to go through. Yes, he is, up to the chicane plus, I think it's called Blanchimont actually. So Matty GB is up into 6th place. He's got Toro Rosso off. Honey Badger was challenging back, but not through. So Matty, good stuff there, up into 6th place. Definitely put that qualifying performance to one side. So apart from the incident at the back, which obviously we may need to take a look at between Bossman part-time and the Renault Custard, apart from that, it seemed pretty okay at the start.
Yeah, it was very clean at the start, except for the back. I don't know who caused it, I just suddenly flipped over and just saw the cars in the wall.
It's not on my screen as Matty GB and Honey Badger are going to go side by side through, coming up into the chicane. Keep it to clean together. They are still going up side by side. And Matty GB up. Part time. Oh, has he crashed it?
Well, he said tired, so I don't know if his manual retired or not.
I didn't see that he retired as yellow flags in sector 1 as Matty GB goes back up on the inside of Honey Badger to take that 6th place. A little bit of a war gone between the two of them. As we check fast part-time, yes he has. Where's he done that?
And 80s is left, and Matty GB's got a penalty.
He's lost at Eau Rouge. So that might be a safety car actually. Regardless, that is very much a shame.
It must be worrying for Frantic because he's on the Ultras and Floodlights is right behind him still on the Supers. He needs to be trying to pull away on the faster tyre.
The tyres on HLG keep on changing, interestingly. The lobbies are acting up again. Hey. We keep on going as Floodlines is just sticking with Frantic, to be honest. I don't think really he needs to do anything because he's on that. He's got the tyre advantage. Doesn't need to do anything aggressive and silly. Frantic is dead to get away because of the slipstream effect. Eau Rouge and this straight that this circuit has. You stick with a car, it's very difficult to shake them off if you're the car in front. Meanwhile, Honey Badger and Matty GB are still battling over 6th place. Ridiculous up between the pair, but Floodlines, as we're in 210s, I've got to stick with the lead battle. Even though there are a couple of battles going on, Matty GB and Honey, Biff and Sip, Jake Pipe and HLG swapping positions left, right and centre.
Master Krog is keeping up with these two as well, so yeah, it's not out of it yet.
As Joan is into the pits. Okay, is that damage? I would check, but the lead gap is still here. And
see, I think Franklin's got a lower aero than Floodlights because he's not really catching them even on DRS.
Yeah, definitely not. Now, unlike last week in Hungary, penalties really shouldn't be a factor at this track because it's not really a corner cutting thing. Can happen, but I don't expect many of these drivers to have a few penalties that involve corner cutting. No. Even the pit lane, I mean the pit lane is, you go in it slow anyway, so it's not really a thing. So, normally the pit lane is...
Because you're going up a hill as well, a bit in the pit lane, so I'd be surprised if anybody does speed in the pit lane around here.
It does seem to be a thing at fast tracks.
Yeah, like Monza will be next week.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting Monza. That's going to be a nice track to go to in the next round of the championship. Of course, transfer window is still open, so there may be a few more changes happening before we get to that. I believe the window closes at the end of Singapore, which is after Monza, I believe it is.
Yep.
There might be a few changes going on between the pair. Frantique goes into the pits, so...
No, it sounds about right for Oxford.
Yeah, I was just thinking actually.
Where's he
I
going
was
to come
gonna
out?
say, he needs clean air, really, if he's going to beat Floodlines.
Yeah.
But what tyres does he go on? He goes on to... Lost the think. No.
Super soft, yeah.
The tyres are being carried back into the pits by invisible men. Or lady.
Oh.
Or lady. Invisible pit crew. So we say, as Honey Badger and Matty GP. Why do I still keep on getting confused between him? Brilliant. And Frantic has just got out in front of that. That was crucial. That could have been an interesting thing. But let's go on board with Honey Badger. Can Matty Man actually, again, Matty GB get a run on Frantic? And I don't think it's close enough, really, to have a go. A bit of lock up by Honey Badger. So we've got yellow flags in sector 3. You know what that would be. Let's have a look. Unorthodox. No, Unorthodox has crashed it.
Oh no.
Where's he done that? That is the run up to the bus stop. So both Renaults are out. Damn it. That's my team. Yeah.
That's not good for your team.
No. I'm going to bring home the bacon tomorrow by the looks of it. Unfortunately, they are both out of the race. No safety car by the looks of it. Oh, of course, we had a virtual for that pile up at the end of the exit of turn 1 on the first lap. But still, no safety car for that. Master Krog is actually catching up to Floodlines, interestingly, now.
I've noticed that. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Well, the gap down to 1.8 seconds as Jake Piper has now retired. Yes, he's crashed
oh no,
it.
where's he lost it?
He's
Where's he
crashed
lost
it
it?
just before Buon. It's that wall. It's that wall, I said. Wow, that could be a safety car, interestingly. Could you see if you can invite Ades back for me, please? He's trying to do that
Down
at
on
the
my
moment.
friends list.
Could you go on the race director and do it that way?
Okay.
A few drivers having problems with this track. Maybe down to 10. Maybe down to 10 drivers soon. I'm amazed that is not a safety car for that time. Maybe they've reduced the rarity of it, but the car was in the middle of the track, so let's see why not. It is on, so
I can't get on his gamer card.
okay.
I can for other people, but not him. Oh, and Floodlights has put off. Floodlights has gone the grass and now Krog is right behind him. Just
Oh,
flicking
he's made a
back off.
massive mistake there.
I think he might have damage. He definitely touched the wall a little bit.
Ooh, slight crack in the armour, possibly, for Mr. Floodlines. Interesting. And there is a battle. Voltel, Honey, and Maddie are very close to one another, but these two are very, very close. And Master Krog now sees an opportunity. He's absolutely flying up to the back. I don't think they're coming into the pits, so he might not have any trouble here, but he's going to try and run the outside of the bus stop chicane.
Oh, wow.
Can he get it slowed down?
Oh, what a move. It's a great move.
Great move.
The outside and inside.
Great move.
But the thing is now, Floodlights is going to have the DRS for right for the ridge.
Yes, he will. See if Master Krog can get a good exit out of the corner. No, he cannot. Floodlines stuck to him at glue. Meantime, Frantique is doing all that he can to get a gap over these two. Just set the fastest lap of the race on super soft tyres. Floodlines sideways slightly, but he's going to get it. Here comes the DRS. See how much miles an hour this Honda can get. It's 204. 5 is on the inside. And Master Krog still there.
Oh.
Still there, side by side between the pair of them. This is fantastic racing. The Floodlines is through. Great stuff. Great stuff between the pair.
Because that'll just help Frantique.
It does, doesn't it? But good racing nonetheless. That is exactly what you need to see. exactly what an advertisement for league racing should be. Clean racing. Mastercard tried to hold the position, but Floodlines kept it in there. They both gave each other room. Fantastic. Yeah, as you said, Frantique, well, he's only 8 seconds behind them, so...
We're in a short pit lane, don't forget, they're going to be a lot quicker than those when they have their pit stop.
Yeah, strategy is going to be a thing around this track. Bulltail, Honey and Maddie are still locked together. Second covering all of them. But Frantique, meantime, has got IGD Skyline that he's put under pressure. Currently we have 11 drivers left. It's definitely been a war today.
The leader is in the pits.
As is Krog.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Well, Frantique's easily going to take the lead back. Or I say that because he's still got IGD Skyline to get past, who's not going to pit anytime soon on those soft tyres. But Frantique surely, yeah, he's going into turn 1 and gets that. But IGD Skyline should have the DRS. Great thing about this track, you get past it. What is going on between these three? Honey Badger and Maddie, the magnets between each other. Krog, interestingly, went on the super softs, Floodlines on the soft tyres, and Maddie GB, that is risky. Right, so
Floodlines on super softs as well, that's wrong. He's got Floodlines, he's got super softs. Well, what I can see on the car is red tyres.
No, he's on softs. It's the tyres are doing a bit of a thing here.
Yeah, I thought you'd do a one-stop round here, so maybe... okay.
And in fact, Master Krog says it's on ultras.
Yeah, apparently they're both on super softs when I'm watching them.
Let's have a look. Krog is on super softs, and Floodlines is on softs, according to the race director.
Okay.
I think it's just a little bit of a visual glitch. Whoa, Matty GB, he's... Oh, broken front wing.
I thought I saw Williams in the background.
Oh, where was that? That was... Hope. Obviously, you know, unfortunate that he's done that, but I hope it's by himself rather than with contact. He was very close.
The way
to Toro Rosso.
Ryan's going for a one-stop with him.
Yes, indeed.
And surely Frantique's going to have to come in again. Those guys only got them to 9 laps. No way Frantique's getting their super soft all the way to the end.
No, it's not possible. Desert Eagle keeps on pulsing it. Yeah, the tyres on a few of the cars keep on changing colour. I think what you see on the race director is as it should be, but when you see the car, for example, I'm on HLG now, and it keeps on swapping between red and yellow as he goes round.
See, I've still got super soft showing on Floodlines. I've flipped through driving still with the second coloured tyre.
Oh, Matty GB sped in the pit lane. We said about that, and he's done it. Wow. I love it when these guys prove me wrong.
I'm very surprised you could speed in the pit lane around here. Really surprised.
Wait, has Floodlines made a mistake? No, because they pitted and the others haven't. I'm just thinking, why is he down in 6th place?
Yeah, when you've got all the other stop runners out, you know, they're going to be out for a little while. And they should go on the super stops afterwards if they're doing a one-stop.
So if you're doing a one-stop around here, where do they need to take them ideally? 13? If you could take super softs 9.
Good. Yeah, another 2 or 3 laps to be good for super softs to the end, I'd say.
I'm just thinking why they started on the soft tyres. Let me just check the position change. So Honey Badger's up 10. There's the yellow flag and set to 1. Oh, Matt, he's lost it. He's got on the pits. Oh, it's started off so well and it's dropping a bit.
Has just flown past. Honey Badger, sorry, that is confused. I'm used to it being in the house. Yeah, that's Honey Badger with Toro Rosso. Yeah, Krog's up to 4th, but he's going to be catching, and he's just at the fastest lap as well.
Yeah, fastest lap.
He's going to be catch up to Bulltail. I'm trying to think, how far is Krog behind Frankie? He's 7 seconds behind the lead, and that's not too far.
Not too far at all, but he's doing what he needs to do in terms of his battle with Floodlines, because he needs to get the gap between him.
He's dropped Floodlines so quickly already.
Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do. I mean, obviously, as you said, his next sort of stage really is to try and catch the gap to Frantique in front of him.
Yeah, because there's two us 1-2 stopping, and Floodlines must be trying to one-stop her.
Yeah, it says when I'm watching Bull Tail, for example, he's on the super softs, but I know he started on the softs.
Yeah,
so
yeah, he's on the softs.
That's the confusion here.
Yeah, good old Masters.
That Bull Tail is on the ultras, according to when you watch him, but I know he's on the super softs, or maybe he's on the ultras. No, race director has to be right.
See, if he was on the ultras, he would have pitted ages ago. There's no way he's on the ultras.
I don't think he would go on the ultras anyway. Oh, the Krog has left.
Krog is, oh no, he's trying to get him
Right
back in. Yeah, I'm friends with Krog, I can invite him back in. Oh no.
Meanwhile, Bull Tail is high up Skyline, trying to go on the outside of the bus stop chicane. And Skyline's actually into the pits. Okay. Didn't want any part of that battle, obviously. Unfortunately, Krog has dropped back behind Floodlines. He's dropping a bit.
He's gonna go.
He gets back in.
Slow now.
That's not normal for him. He doesn't normally lag out of races.
Man, that's such a shame. That's gonna cost a big time now.
Skyline's now onto the Ultra Softs, come out in 6th place with a lot of free air, so let's see what he can do with that. Floodlines, meantime, is going to have DRS on the back of Honey Badger. And surely that is going to go through. Nice camera angle. Again. Don't want that one. I don't want that one. Never mind. I wanted the one where... There, that's the one I wanted. I wanted where I could see all the car. But never mind. Floodlines is through into 3rd place.
So Krog's joined back, but he goes to the round.
That's not coming up on my screen. There's quite a few things that aren't coming up.
It come up, he joined, but he still goes.
Yeah. Yellow flag set to 3. Where is that? Wait. Did I see rain? I swear I just saw rain.
No,
I just did see rain. I swear I did. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, there
it can't be, surely.
It's raining.
Oh my god.
It's raining.
And Krog's back. Welcome back, Krog. Welcome to the rain.
Yeah, he's fine. Is he back? Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
oh, it's raining now. We'd be like,
wow.
I'm back in the cockpit. What's happened?
Ryan is just his pit stop not long ago. Now it's raining. He's going to have to make another one. Oh my god. We could see some more crashes.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, but it's not raining hard enough yet.
No.
But it's such a long lap.
Skyline's retired. He's lost it. He's
no,
out. He's out. No. Oh, DRS disabled. Yeah, it's intermediates now. It's intermediates now. Bull Tail's called this right. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
As is Krog. Oh, Ryan, that is such a shame.
He's going to have to do another lap. He's going to have to tiptoe around.
You want to invite Ryan in?
Oh,
Floodlines has lost it. No!
Front tyres are gone. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Why?
Is anybody else going to make
He's lost it at Rouge. He's lost it at Rouge. And Bull Tail's.
I'm watching Frantique right now. He is struggling around here.
Goodness me. So Bull Tail could have thrown himself right into this race despite being so far back.
Yeah, Patel Krog have timed it
completely...
perfectly. Yeah, it's perfectly, they've timed it. The Frantique's surely going to lose the lead.
Back in, there we go. HRG, he's had damage. This has completely thrown everybody out of the water. Water's coming down on the track,
so quickly, so hard, and it's such a long lap as well to get through.
It did, and all this time, Frantique and Honey Badger are losing hand over fist to Balto's catching like a second. I know it's weird saying it, but it's a second.
Yeah, well, he's just got to crawl around to get to the pit lane. He doesn't want to do anything silly.
It seems going to be the survival of the fittest here tonight.
Oh,
Completely dethroned everyone. Just trying to see if we can get Brian in this party.
Oh, very deep into the bus stop, but he's just made it. I'm sure you're going to lose him the lead.
Ryan, no! Just at the time in intermediates and you crashed it. Oh, they were looking so good in this race there, mate.
I think there's two things that piss me off. One, if I waited one more fucking lap, just one more lap, and I'd have been on the inters, I wouldn't have gone to the cultures. Problem is, them soft from the very start felt very slippy from the get-go. Like, I could not get the hang of them from the get-go.
Oh, Balto, he's got it in front of Frantique. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got it.
Frantique lost so much time at Baltail's with him, but he's struggling so much, and Frantique is going to battle him back. Oh, Honeybadder's gone to wet.
No, that's
ready.
Not the right
No, it's too early. Too early.
Way too early, but Frantique has got the lead back. Wow.
It's that crossover point where I'm like, neither tyre is better. They're both just as good as each other right now.
But yeah, Ryan, you had a good start on the soft tyres. Obviously, you got through the initial carnage. I don't think you saw that. The multiple pile up the end of turn one.
I looked behind me before coming up to the region. I saw behind me that there was a bit of pile up. I felt bad for a few people, but I did shout out saying, anyone want to restart, and I think the driver who crashed out left the pipe before I could even ask. So I'm glad we didn't, because we started at 8:05, and I didn't really want to restart at that time, but.
That's the thing with full quality. Have you included your audio, by the way? Just checking.
Plus these things happen anyway. It doesn't matter. Sadly, things happen like that around here.
Oh, mate, GP's gone.
The bit I felt most sorry for was not necessarily that someone crashed out, but there was a bit of a lag start. Like, I started a good couple of seconds before the car ahead of me. But I think everyone got away somewhat cleanly tonight, which, was nice to see, to be fair.
It's been a good night, actually. It's been good from us. Good from our point of view, anyway. I don't think it's good from theirs. It's a bit stressing each other out.
Yeah, full qualify was very insane for us.
Yeah,
very good.
It was a bit weird, especially going into Q2, where we only had two people that actually got eliminated. That was quite interesting.
Oh, the best bit was the two Toro Rossos racing each other and taking each other out.
Why? Why did they do that?
That was great. We watched it as well, because we was all sat in the pit lane watching, and then everyone was like, look at the two Toro Rossos going like, oh, they crashed, and everyone was watching and laughing. That's great.
I don't know what they were doing. It was comical to watch.
The thing is though, Honey Badger wants to leave my team, which credit to him, because me and him double stacked in the pit lane. He's moved to a different team and they got taken out by his own teammate. You just can't fight it.
Like, it's silly. Everybody got through when John crashed out, and then I don't know why you're trying to race each other. Stupid.
To be fair, Balto did a very clever tactic. He just went round, set the slowest lap he fucking could, and still got through, so he was quite clever.
Well, what we're left with, guys, is we have 7 drivers left after that amazing turn of events, which we've got 3 drivers retiring in these conditions. Manny GP, he's had an up and down sort of race. Had a great start, went up 9 places, I think, but he's dropped out after an up and down. Floodlines lost it at Eau Rouge, and in fact the rain, Craig.
You've actually lost 4 drivers just over the switching point.
In fact, Craig.
Yeah.
Craig, is the rain coming down heavier now?
I
think it is.
It might actually be what Paul Wetwell's doing.
Yeah,
to be fair,
too.
Just let you know, it is scheduled. The final 2 bars on the strategy thing were pure full wet, so it is meant to be full wet at some point. It was only
full wet.
I asked my engineer the time, well, the rain. And he said, light rain is expected in 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, right, okay. And then he went, heavy rain is expected in 15 minutes. And I was
Well,
like, what?
Mattel's in anyway for full wets.
Mattel's in, yeah. Yeah, he's making the call. He made the first call to go on inters. He's now making the first call for wets. There he goes.
No, Honey Badger's on the wets.
Yeah, I think though he's lost. I think though he's lost a bit more time, but he might get a podium though.
I'm just seeing now, invisible people taking the tyres away. I'm just seeing that now for myself.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I don't
Right, we've seen that.
Like, I was spectating people, like, they're just getting pushed in by invisible people. I was like, what? What's going on here?
Now, is Honey Badger going to get the jump on Master Krog? I think he is.
He is, yeah, he's ahead already.
Oh, no.
No, oh, he slid away out of turn one. Krog has just stayed in front. Yeah, apparently on my screen now, Honey Badger's going to Super Softs as he goes up Eau Rouge. So, you know.
What?
Oh, sideways through.
Right.
Alright, Ryan.
I'm good.
He's a bit shocked that his old driver's battling for third place. Potentially.
Just never go down the wrong hole.
I think he did.
Well,
Swallow.
There's
Right,
another funny thing.
swallow.
this is a funny thing. Thornton has said, when we were spectating quality, trying to bring out the popcorn. I took it quite literally. I got a bag of popcorn next to me.
Mattel is tactic trying to get out in full wet. So
Yeah, he is. This is a massive thing for the race now. As I said, he made the first call for intermediates and that jumped him to nearly take the lead. Yellow flags in sector 1. Where is that? Oh, Desert Eagle's lost it on inters. It's definitely time for full wets now, mate. Come on in.
Yeah, he's another one that made a mistake.
Yeah,
he
that
went
takes
out, he went
coming.
out dry tyres.
Takes to the pit lane.
Oh, conditions are absolutely treacherous. Bulltail just went off track. No, they're on the wet tyres. It's still not ideal. But is Francis going to keep the
come out
lead?
ahead. Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah, I think he is.
No, 20-second gap.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
fine.
It's quite close. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's fine.
But the thing is, though, Bulltail will have a good run out Auto Rouge because he'll have more speed than Auto Rouge in 20.
Yeah, but he's still got decent enough gap though. Should be right.
Well, this is what happens sometimes. Belgium is just one of the tracks that has its own anti-climate, apparently. Where it's just, all of a sudden, the rain comes down and then it goes and then it comes back again, so... When you say full wets, right, was it the drops or the lines? No, what I mean by
Drops.
that. Oh, drops. Okay.
It
only
went
seen
from
that.
1 drop to 3 drops.
Yeah, I've only seen the thing with lines, so it's basically, say, a thunderstorm in Canada. I've never seen it anywhere else.
I've seen a weather thing that had the lines and also had the bulk wind through it. That was quite interesting.
Where was that?
I think it might have been Canada.
Yeah, it seems to be only Canada that happens. But meanwhile, the laps are completely flown by. Well, I say flown by, we've still got 5 laps to go. The unfortunate thing is that the cars have spread out a little bit because of that chaos, which is great for us to watch, I guess. But a complete headache for the drivers there.
Just, I kind of wish it stayed dry because I think because I qualified on the softs in Q2 that I could have pushed, I reckon.
Oh, by the
Yeah,
way,
the
you were
one
lucky in
stopper.
Q2. You were lucky in Q2 to actually get through on the soft tyres. You only
Well, I
just
came
did
out
it.
pit lane. I noticed my setup didn't save, so I came back into the pit, put my setup on, came back out and same set tyres again. I did my outlap and I invalidated this lap on the next lap. Then when I was just cruising around just to, race time or whatever, I also invalidated the lap anyway. And then I was like, fuck's sake, here we go. Came out and I was like, right, I'm just gonna cruise, just cruise. And just so I came for the bus stop chicane, it started raining. I was like, yes.
Yeah, you just got thrown that stuff, so you're...
Yes, only just. You know the
It
thing
was
that
quite funny
this
watching,
wanna see more
I think it was
crashes. I wanna see
Fantique
more
come out on
crashes.
the inters at the end of Q2
Don't.
just to get a feel for the track. That's quite funny to watch.
Yeah, we do. We want to try and take the Patel crash out.
No, we don't. Oh, only. Oh, I see why. So then Krog can win. No, I don't want that
Yes.
either.
Yes.
I feel sorry for Krog though, because Krog disconnected at one point. I'm not sure if you noticed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He doesn't normally do that.
No, his
Shame,
internet's
Steve.
taking a shit. He lagged out the party as well, so it wasn't just the game. It was,
He would be basically right with Patel right now, the amount of time he lost. Because it was ridiculously
he's-
AI.
He was catching Fantique when it was dry as well, so he could have caught Fantique
Yeah, I mean,
as well.
was right up behind Patel before his car lands, because he got past Dora and he was catching Patel very quickly from the road.
It's the fastest lap, but it
Fantique
was
in the
dry.
dry though was so quick, Fantique. Like, he was catching me up 2 seconds a lap, and then I saw him behind me, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna let him through, fuck it, I ain't battling this company.
Yeah, I noticed that.
No, you should have held up.
No, I was
And actually,
feeling on the soft,
no,
and he
I
was
thought-
quick, so I wasn't gonna
I thought when you let him through for turn 1, I thought you were doing a cheeky with the DRS.
To be fair, I did try that as well, just try it, tail behind him and keep behind him the entire stint. Because I knew if I just stick behind him, I'd probably be able to get a comfortable podium, but it's not turned out that way.
No, it's only
You know
the
what
rate. What you out?
You know what this reminds me of, Craig? Not
What's
to,
that?
Not to an exact extent, but Belgium '98 had
It does
a
actually,
pile
there
up
was a
at the
pile up at the start, but it was
pile up at
rapid.
the start. Other people have crashed out in between, and we're down to 7 drivers. Well, that race had that race had 7.
So all we need now then is Frantic to the back of a back marker and completely lose it.
Oh yeah, we haven't had that yet.
Yeah, we should back in the quarter. We need that.
But tomorrow night, that's what I'm saying as well. If you're having this much tension in GP2, F1 is going to be bad.
But hopefully
Don't get
it's
me
going to be a
started.
boring race. I hope it's a nice boring race tomorrow. Dry, no drama. But if there is drama, it doesn't involve me. It's all good.
Hopefully there'll be a lot. Hopefully there'll be drivers there as well. Good number.
Yeah, hopefully.
Should be. Should be. We've got a few new drivers in for F1.
Have we?
Yeah, a few new drivers. New driver in Mercedes, new driver in Toro Rosso, 2 new drivers in Sauber. Yeah, a few new faces in having their first race in Belgium tomorrow.
That's good.
Be good to see them. No,
Jordan's gone.
No!
Oh no!
No! No!
I want crashes, but not with Jordan. Not
Oh,
with Jordan.
Rouge! He's backwards and his mountain is wet and he's doing stuff to it. Never mind. What is that? Wow. I wish I should have seen that crash. Well, you said you wanted more crashes, Craig. There you go, you got one.
Yeah, but not
So
Jordan.
we started off
though.
with 16 drivers and we've lost 9.
I did Jordan's crash out. What was the top to crash out? Jordan's does.
Have you seen his car?
No.
He was freaking out.
Mounted
One
the
of his
back
wheels
wheel.
was like proper freaking out.
HG's
Oh
fifth.
my god, yes. And his rear wing's gone as well. Oh, no.
Oh,
my
what
god.
is that car doing?
Yeah, his rear wheel's having a spasm.
HLG is fifth somehow.
And
he's
that's his
gonna
fault.
Despite
Considering
everything.
The practice that he was doing, like when he was practicing in the rain, he was crashing out every session we did in the rain. But he's managing to keep it together. I'm actually happy for them though, because it's been a bit
Commentator's
frustrating
cursed,
for
right?
Williams and that.
Well,
I'm not a commentator. I'm fine. I'm just spectating.
He's just
Spectating
anyway. He's
driver.
over a minute. He's a minute behind Honey Badger, so all he's got to do is just
Yeah.
cruise around.
Depends,
There's no
right.
need to push.
The next person behind it. Hang on, Desert Eagle's not even raced it, is an AI. Oh yeah,
Is he? Yeah,
he's behind, but
He just
probably
keeps
4
pausing
seconds
for some
behind
reason.
HLG. HLG just needs to cruise, and if he hasn't had it, all he needs to do is just slow it on down and regain his
Yeah.
force.
Keeps on
He's not
pausing.
under pressure.
I don't know why
He's
he's
pausing,
pausing.
actually.
'Cause I've seen him ghost a few times. I feel sorry for
He-
John though, because he John qualified 4th. And that was like his best qualifying result, and then he's just crashed out. I feel sorry for him.
Oh, you should have heard me when HLG was last across the line, Ryan. I thought he had pole. I
I
was
thought he
picking
was
it
going to
up.
get it as well. Because like,
I was picking it up, he was going to get his first pole. It's like, oh.
was going to get the fastest lap. The thing is that I watched
Well,
his
he
lap
had
and he
it.
did mess up a few times. He did mess it up.
Well,
Actually.
I hate Badger's
Well, I
not
had
giving
to-
up on third place here anyway. He's
No.
giving up with Krog.
Quite impressive, actually.
He's doing well for his first race in Toro Rosso.
Who would have thought it? Collide with your teammate into Q2 unnecessarily, and then
So I don't know whose fault that was, because I forgot who I was better. I just saw one of them lose it.
both of them. Both of them. They didn't
should've
even
been
need
that
to be
close
out
to
there.
Yeah, I know, because
They didn't need to be out there at all.
One of their dive bombed his own team at the bus stop before it started, and it was going side by side every corner.
Okay, he said in the chat, did you like the battle? I appreciate the battle, but it's still silly. It's like two Mercedes. What's the point? Our practice for Q3. Well, meh.
Maybe
I don't
battle
know.
your teammate tomorrow morning for qualifying.
Who's my teammate? Master Optical G.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can go side
potentially.
by side up a race and qualifying.
Oh yeah, because that would be a good thing. And then I'd probably be the one to plow him into the wall. That sounds so wrong. Anyway. Of course, we still got a lap and a half to go, but what this will do is, well, this has given Frantique a massive leap in the championship with Floodlines out and Krog losing points. They all fast set to 1. Someone spun it. There's the Eagle spun it. Okay.
Ugh.
As I was saying. That sounded a bit harsh. Anyway, yeah, so this has taken a massive leap in the championship for Frantique. Obviously, he still needs to finish. But it looks relatively comfortable just keeping on the track for 1.5 more laps. Honey Badger, as you said, he's only 1.3 behind. There's a battle for third there. But, yeah, as I said, Frantique, obviously Floodlines not scoring here tonight. And they were on equal points. This gives him a race win, effectively. And obviously you get extra points for pole and fastest lap. Actually, Floodline's only reward of tonight is 1 solitary point for pole.
Yeah.
That suddenly occurred to me.
Krog's gonna get
Obviously,
the point for the fastest lap.
So Krog is still there. Bultel can never be discounted, obviously, but I mean, obviously, I hope that all 4 of them still have a mathematical chance going into the last race, but can only hope.
Well, Patel needs to win the next few races to really have a
Yes,
chance.
though, you got to remember one thing with Abu Dhabi. Don't forget we're still doing double points too. Because I've still kept that.
Are we?
Don't forget that as well. Yes.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh. You tell me
If
that
he would
now.
do that this season.
I've been doing that every season.
We
I've
never
done,
discussed
so-
it.
Yeah, I thought we were doing it this season.
No, we are.
Okay.
Interesting. I think they should have got rid of it, to be honest. I think they should have.
No, I'm
kept
glad
it,
they
but-
did. I thought it'd be silly to have double points in Real F1.
Well,
Might
we'll get
be,
better
yeah,
with the
right.
championship anyway. Maybe we would have tried harder.
Yeah, but most F1 fans didn't like the idea, so they got rid of it.
Anyway,
And I don't like that.
Frantique
And
is
I don't
on
like
his...
that new F1 logo either. That's horrible.
I don't even know why they changed it. Okay,
Oh,
there's real life
it'd be with
stuff.
the
We can stick on this now. But Frantique has got a 10-second gap over Waltel. Slight scale, obviously, with the intermediates and the full wets. Both the change. He just got out in front of Waltel when the intermediates came. But he has swept those aside. Obviously, took the lead from Floodlines in the dry and just kept that lead. So he definitely shows that this is a driver that can handle pressure very well. And he's handled it extremely well. As HB gets a 5-second stop go for track limits. Which again, completely you know. I said there shouldn't be a problem with track limits and they're proving me wrong. But anyway, Frantique has just got the bus stop to go. 2 more corners to negotiate before he is going to be a winner in Belgium and take a massive leap in the championship. Still a long way to go, but he can ride this wave of confidence through for the next few races. He crosses the line to take the victory. There we go. Now I need to go to the battle for third place. I don't think I don't think Honey Badger is close enough to Krog to really get third place, because it's quite far back. In fact, Krog was only a couple of seconds back. Actually, Bulltail made a mistake. He's got damage.
Yeah,
He is very...
hello. What always 26 seconds back?
Yeah. It's interesting. So he takes second, Krog third, Honey Badger fourth, and HOG and Desert Eagle are going to be the last two to cross the line.
So
He's
what's
going to
the
finish
time
tour.
suddenly changed? So he must have spun it somewhere.
Yeah, Francie, Bulltail, and Krog third place. I gotta say, if we're still doing this drive of the day, I think Honey Badger will be a little bit of a shout. I think.
Yep.
I mean, Francie would be the obvious one because he soaked up all the pressure.
Well done because Eagle getting his first points to his debut as well.
Actually, have the position change. Yeah, Honey Badger up 10 places. So yeah, definitely. And one stop as well. Well, the others made 3. Yeah, definitely driver of the day. Definitely. He is. Come back and HOD 5th place. I think he'll be happy, all things considered. I think he'll be I think he's lucky to get that 5th place, really. He was near the back end after a spin, unfortunate. But still comes home 10 points, and Eagle was already lapped. So that is the end of it. And the driver thinks he's won. He only got 5th place. We need to take that
I think
away.
we're very happy with that though. Like, HOG's not one
All
for
things
wet weather,
considered.
but on the track, he's done great.
I said he was good at wet weather.
He is good at wet weather, he just doesn't like it on this track. You know,
Yeah,
he had like
he
3
did
practice
work
sessions
right.
in the rain, and he didn't finish a single one of them in the rain.
Yeah, he didn't want to ride around Belgium. I remember him saying.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that was a very good race. I think that matches Bahrain, if not beats it, in terms of entertainment now.
Entertainment and crashes and chaos, yeah, definitely.
You
Yeah,
just want
that was
entertainment
a
and
good
crashes
race.
and chaos, don't you?
And this
Well,
week,
there
I'm more
was a
excited
few-
about tomorrow night. I have to give it that. Tomorrow night looks to be promising as well.
Belgium's
but
always a
indeed.
good race anyway.
Well, indeed, Frantic takes the victory, as I said. Bulltail takes second. Interesting little strategy that he made. Again, himself almost within reach of the win, but he takes second. Krog third. Honey Badger, my driver of the day, I think, on 14th to 4th. Pressurised Krog to the end, and only on 1 stop as well. Don't know how he achieved that, actually. Oh yeah, because he went straight from softs to wets, I think.
Yeah, he must have timed it perfectly. He must have gone from softs and then kept them going until it rained. So yeah, great strategy by him.
Very good
Yeah,
stuff.
he went,
And HLG after his trials and tribulations under 5th. And Desert Eagle comes home with 6th place, 8 points. And that is all we had left, basically.
There's the next track on your screen as well. Next track next week is on your screen as well. Hopefully,
Monza.
Michael's not.
Good
yeah,
stuff.
we mentioned Monza. Going to be another good race.
Be a great race, I think, because it's kind of like Belgium. You never know what the weather's going to be like.
I'm telling you, a few people get caught up with the speed like pit limiter and Monza as well. We're saying so.
Because that pit lane line comes up straight, doesn't it? There's no warning, really. Yes, we'll get the top 3 onto the podium so we can get their views on a race, which is very interesting from our point of view. Probably stressful for these guys, but they take a deep breath now. And Craig, do you want to do it this week? Actually, you want to try it?
Yeah, go on then.
Go ahead. I'll leave it to you.
We got all the drivers. Okay, well, we'll speak to the race winner first, Frantic. Well done winning the race, and was you a bit worried at all with the rain and Patel getting ahead of you as well on the inters, or do you feel like you was going to have that race there comfortably?
I felt like the changeable conditions really suited me, but first lap was a good lap because I managed to get past the flood lines. But he managed to stick with me, so he had quite a good pace. on them red stripes. Come about, I think it was lap 6. I decided to pit for onto the red stripe, hoping they would last until the rain come, and luckily they did. So it worked alright.
You must have been a bit worried though, because you had to start an extra lap when other people were coming in and other people
Yeah,
were catching
I
up
was
as
really
well.
worried. I knew Boltaire was just behind on. He pitted perfectly, so I was like, I can't lose too much time here. So I tried pushing, but not too hard. I didn't want to spin out.
So, with your nearest championship rival crashing out tonight, Flood Lions, you now have a 25-point lead. Do you think you'll be able to keep this lead for the rest of the season, or do you think there's still a long way to go?
Grade 24.
There's a long way to
24,
go.
yeah,
There's still quite a few races to go. So 24 points isn't a huge amount. So I wouldn't say so. No, so.
Alright, thank you. We'll move to second place, Patel. You had an interesting start, and I don't know what happened. You had to come in the pits and come on for some soft tyres, but you timed that intermediate tyre well, and you did get the lead for a few seconds until Fanti got back, but it was still a good recovery, I thought, to get second. So how do you think your race went?
I had a plan that I wanted before we went into the race, but the qualifying didn't go to plan. I went on my slick tyre run and cut the corner on the outlap, so I got the next lap invalidated, so I had to start 5th. And I decided to put on the first lap for the softs as planned, and I had an alright pace, but wasn't as good as Frantique's this race, which was pretty disappointing for me. Yeah, did you get the moment where I hit the wall on the first lap of the Inters?
No, I didn't see that. I was going to come and ask what happened on the last lap when Croc and Honeybadge were right behind you. What happened there?
Spun in a straight line.
Oh,
Literally spun in a straight line.
well, luckily you had the gap to hold them both off, because we were a bit confused why you all of a sudden over 20 behind Sunday. But for next week, Monza, do you think you got more air for the victory or another podium?
Hope so. Hope so.
Does he need to win the next few races, I feel, to get back in this championship hunt, to really push for a challenge?
To be honest with you, I think my qualifying has been really good. I think I got like the last 5 out of 6 races I've been on pole. Not including this one. But my qualifying's good, I just need to do that in the races, I guess. The start was really good today. We didn't have to restart, which is really good. It's like the first time in like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very nice change. Yeah, it was very good. Can I ask, why did you decide to go up for a lap on the Inters and qualify? What did your teammate decide to go on the dries?
I have no idea why he was on the dries, but I knew I wanted to get a feel of the Inters because the next part was going to be on the Inters. So that's why I did.
We saw you nearly lose it.
You do realise you nearly crashed?
I nearly crashed.
Yes.
Everyone watching me.
The Krog, man, you know, you're in my same team and I feel really sorry for you lagging out of that or whatever happened.
Yeah.
You were right behind Patel before that happened, and I felt you could have been further up there challenging, but overall, how did your race went before all that?
Average. I'm really annoyed with the disconnection because I was ahead of Boutel and catching Frantique at that time. And I think I only missed like a lap and a half or 2 laps, but when you're running that far off the pace, because I think it's on 90, so it just wasn't quick enough. So I came in, just did what I could from there. Didn't like having to keep Honeybadger behind me though. He did very well, so kudos to him. I had a good race.
Well, at least the one bonus positive thing is you get the point for fastest lap, so at least you get 1 extra point for that. But
yeah.
do you think you're going to do better in Monza, or do you that a track you like?
Yeah, I don't mind Monza. I definitely prefer the second half of the season to the first. And I've managed to keep up a good run of podiums at the minute, so hopefully long may it continue. But I'm just finishing behind the wrong people at the minute, so we'll see. Still a good way to go yet.
That's a long way to go. And then I'll ask Francie, because the last question, how do you think you're going to do around Monza next week?
It's hard to tell right now. Gonna have to start practicing and see where my pace is, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Alright, thank you for the top 3 podium, and I'll hand it back to Michael to finish off the string.
That was nicely done, actually. I have a tear in my eye. It's a proud moment. I've taught you so much.
I've learned so much about the whole years when you've interviewed us, Michael. I've learned a lot.
Only thing I would... you did kind of make it a bit tasty, so that's what I tend to do sometimes, but yeah, very well done, Craig. Thank you for that. Got 7 viewers, the most we've ever had this season. Yay! Race finished.
Gosh, nice to be out. 7 viewers, nice to be out.
So yes, that was, in terms of races this season, that probably matched Bahrain in terms of entertainment, in terms of smoothability, shall we say. No restarts, which was mentioned, which was great battles. Krog, you and Floodlines in that chicane, the name escapes me.
Yeah, at the end of the Camel Straight.
Yeah, we caught that on stream,
seems
and that
to be a recurring theme. Me and Floodlines side by side in certain corners.
That was great battling from the bus stop all the way up to our region. That was great to watch.
Yeah, very good. Advertisement for proper league race and how every league race should be, that space that was given. But yes, that race had it all. That had what did we have? We had the Toro Rossos collide in qualifying. I have no idea why. Had both Mercedes. Have no idea tyre strategy. One went on inters, nearly crashed. One did crash on dries, even though it was wet. We had the race. We had 3 cars crash at the start. We had the intermediates do wet weather tyres. We had one of the championship leaders dramatically crash out, but at the end of it, we had 6 people finish as well when we had 16 starting. So you know.
And we have one more thing to announce. I think we should announce the driver of the day as well that we agreed on.
That would be Honey Badger. Yes. So
yeah, we agreed on Honey Badger.
That's going to be. Yeah, so that's going to be a thing that we will continue
Honey
doing.
Badger do, if you don't mind me asking?
He did one start. He did one start.
14th.
He started the 14th.
14th to 4th, 1 stop.
From me for that last bit, well, so deserved that.
Yeah, very well. Very well. Obviously, I will rack up the points and see what that does. So they're both championships, because both are very close. I actually did not mention how close the constructors were on the stream. Yes. Obviously, after tonight, things have changed. But before tonight's race, we had McLaren 166, Force India 160, Red Bull 137, Mercedes 124, Williams 121. So that's 39 points separating the top 5, which is great. Then you had Haas 64, Toro Rosso 62, Ferrari 64, Renault 112, and Sauber 8. So obviously that's probably changed. Not quite a lot. Yeah, that's changed, but not as much because of the few finishes. But we'll rack up the points, and we will meet you next time for Monza, the Festival of Speed. Can Ferrari get a win? Dom, I'm looking at you. Dom, I'm looking at you, and potentially F1 Acer when he joins up. Obviously, the transfer window is open, so maybe a few changes will occur. Will we see a new driver Ferrari? We'll never know. But from now until next week for GP2, that is Monza. Make sure you join us for tomorrow night, where the F1 drivers take to Eau Rouge and all those famous corners around Belgium for the F1 Championship, with BST Digital unfortunately leaving the league. What does that mean for the championship? Well, we'll find out tomorrow night. Make sure you join us at 7 o'clock for that. So from now until next time, good night.